Good evening everyone and welcome along to TTML Division 4 here on League Racing TV. It is Season 4, Round 4 of the Championship as we take in the Canadian Grand Prix from the circuit Gilles Villeneuve. My name is James Hay, going to be taking you through the stream as always. Paco Suarez is alongside me in the commentary box. He's just eating a bit of watermelon and he'll be back at the start of qualifying. Let us get straight into it, of course. We have started the stream a little bit late. Driver standings are as follows. Ryan took in terms of the top four, the top three, I should say. Last week it was Zam who took the win, Ryan second, and Storm in third in China. What did that do to the standings? Well, Ryan's out on top on 68 points with Gort in second on 64. Christian in third on 46 with Zam in fourth on 43, tied with Joro for that position. Neymar in sixth on 39 with Black Phoenix seventh on 36. Mersault in seventh on eighth on 33. Frey Pepper and Storm tied for ninth on 32. That's TTG Storm. Looking down the rest of the field, we have Mays in 11th on 31, with Robin in 12th on 27, Maximus 13th on 25, Luke Ix in 14th on 20, Tekken 15th on 19, Rock City 16th on 17, Sygate in 17th on 11, Storm in 18th on 10, Mitchell in 19th on 8, and Vettel in 20th on 7 points. The constructors' standings as well. Ferrari leading the way on 107 points, McLaren second on 93, Renault and Racing Point third, tied for third on 63, with Red Bull fifth on 58, AlphaTauri sixth on 51, Mercedes seventh on 44, Williams in eighth on 42, Alfa Romeo in ninth on 39, and Haas in 10th on 37 points. And that is literally the rump of the green here tonight. There are a few connection issues apparently. Looking at the Discord, Robin saying that Conti is on a 1 bar. He's on a 5 bar for me. Maximus is the only one that's on a 1 bar at the minute, and yeah, Conti's seen everyone on green bars except from Maximus. He's always on a 1 bar, of course. But 18 drivers are going to be doing battle around the track. We've got Gort, former championship leader, here tonight, back in, with Ryan alongside him, of course, at the top of the standings. And Gort will be hoping for a really good result out on track tonight. We've got Yogi in as well in the Haas. 18 drivers about to do battle. I'm not sure if we're getting any more than that, but we will be going into qualifying very soon indeed. The Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, of course, 4.3 kilometres an end, 3 DRS zones, 1 down the start finish straight, 1 down in towards turns 8 and 9, and 1 down in towards turn 13 and 14, the wall of champion chicane. And if you can remember the fact that I told you last season, well, I'll repeat it now. Of course, the wall of champion chicane named after that infamous weekend where Villeneuve, Hill and Schumacher all crashed into the same wall in 1998, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, and that was the infamous weekend, and that's why, according to its name, the Wall of Champion Chicane. And of course this track is around a man-made island as well, in Montreal, in Quebec, in Canada, and we'll be getting underway very shortly indeed for the action out on track. As I have just heard a little bit of noise in the background, which makes me wonder that my co-commentator is here. Good evening, Paco.
Good evening, everyone. I'm finally here. That watermelon was, oh my god, delicious. But anyways, now sticking to what comes now. Really excited about Canada. It always provides good racing, despite I despise the track. So, I still think it's gonna be a good show, and hopefully with that tight fight for the championship that we have right now between Ryan and the, I always forget the name about the other guy. Yeah, Gautam. Yeah, I mean, it should be easy to remember, but I have a really bad memory, so I think it should be exciting. We have all the ingredients, and hopefully it will be delicious.
Yeah, we've got all the ingredients. Let's hope that this action out on track is going to be as juicy as Paco's watermelon that he has just had for his nice, what we call supper over here, I think. But we are going to get underway, of course. Qualifying about to begin here in Canada. There is a driver, I believe, that has just left on the right-hand side. Unless I'm seeing things. We are down to 17. A driver has left, and I'm not sure who it might be. And I'm just trying to see. I think it's NSR. Oh no, NSR Robin's there. But we have lost a driver, I think, going into qualifying. Because
I I couldn't see who it was, to be honest.
Ah, Frey Pepper. Frey Pepper is the one that has disconnected. He's asking for a new invite. Paco, I'm sure you can send him over an invite, and I'm sure the guys will sort that out as well. Of course, all of the drivers out on track. First things first, are we going to get a wet qualifying session, or is it going to be dry? Perfectly dry, and a mix of the two of the commentaries that I've already done so far this week in TTML, in TTML on League Racing TV, I should say. Division 1, of course, was beautiful blue skies and sunshine, very similar to the conditions here. Division 2 last night was very overcast, and then we got 2011 vibes, full wet to inters to dries by 17 laps into the race. And we're hoping maybe just that might happen tonight here in Canada, as the sun absolutely burns through the clouds.
Yeah, at least for qualifying we're gonna have clear weather, so it should be exciting because, I mean, generally drivers feel more confident when it's dry, so they're gonna be able to push their limits even more. Hopefully they won't push it that further, because if not, the Wall of Champions will take account of that. So I hope they can have a good run through qualifying.
Yeah, I think so, to be honest. There are a lot of points to add in Circuit where you can pick up an invalidation and pick up, actually, front wing damage. If you watch Division 1 on Tuesday, the top two in qualifying broke the right side end plate damage coming out of the Wall of Champion chicane, but still went first and second quickest in the session. So it just comes to show, even if you pick up the damage, if you carry so much speed through the corner, you're hardly going to lose any time towards the end of the lap. Rock City is the first man out on track, and Paco, of course, sending through the invite to Frey Pepper. We'll get him in very soon.
He got an error.
Indeed, he's got an error, yeah, I've just seen that. So hopefully that will be fixed as Rock City now comes across the line to start our first lap out on track. 4.3 kilometres and then coming through turn 1 and 2. Rock City, he's got a car just ahead of him out on track. Neymar's started a lap in behind. Yellow flags in sector 3. Don't worry about that at all. Rock City now coming through turns 3 and 4. The infamous turn 4 where I kept on validating in time trial just before we came live. 19.1 through the first sector from Rock City. He's got Tekken just in front of him. Tekken, of course, on the pad. And Tekken will be hoping for a very good result in his own right. He's on the outlap at the minute, getting off to the right hand side there. Rock City now down in towards 8 and 9. To the third chicane out on track. There are 4 in total out on track, including the Wall of Champions. As Rock City now comes through the end of the middle sector. 40.7. It's not actually that bad through the first 2 sectors from Rock City. Now coming out the hairpin. Now coming out through the kink at 11, and then through the kink at 12, and all the way down the straight. This long straight that can promote a lot of overtaking out on track. Then into the Wall of Champion chicane. You've got to try and take the right side first, and then the left side, and don't invalidate. Beautifully done by Rock City, as right now Rock City runs the line. It's going to be 108.5, I think. Oh, 108.6. Nearly. As Neymar, I think, has covered up to the line as well. He's invalid. 109 flat from him. But Rock City, the first man out on track. Ghost is now coming to the line, though. I think he's going to go quicker than Rock City. And he does by 0.3 of a second. So Gord out on top. Rock City second. The only 2 left times in so far. Zam sets a 108.8.
Yeah, definitely not about time at all, I have to say, at the moment. Although we should expect to see 8 flats, I believe. I mean, that should be the target for drivers. Although Gote, at the moment 1.83. Quite close to that target. Probably he will be the one that will get it for sure. Even I would risk it and say he could get to the 107s. We'll have to see about the rest.
Yeah, Joro's caught on a quite good lap here, coming across the line. I think he'll go 5th with this. Comes across the line, yeah, 109.3. Lost a bit of time out of the middle sector. So Joro, 109.3, goes about a second off the back of Gore. Quite a few drivers, though, into the pit then their first laps. Tekken including that. Neymar's invalidated again. Yogi has just lost it coming through turn 8 and 9. We just caught on board with that very late on. He's lost his right side end plate damage through the corner, and that makes me wonder if he's actually spun on the curb on the left side. Oh, and he's now completely got rid of that front wing. And Yogi, well, he doesn't need a bear for that one, and he's going to be coming back into the pit with no front wing.
unfortunate. At least he has still 13 minutes to go. So hopefully, I mean, he will have time to go into the pits and get back on track. But hopefully that will not affect his confidence though, because when you get a spin or you hit the wall, generally that affects your confidence, and you do not have like that safety when going through the corners, and that's quite important when going, for example, through the Wall of Champions.
Yeah, there's not many drivers actually out on track. I think everyone has completed their first runs. Gold out on top then. Rock City second, Zam in third. 0.5 of a second, 5.5 of a second separating first and third at this stage. Conti is a better starter lap. The Dutchman coming out through the final corner. He's now better come across the line. We should be expecting big things from Conti. I think he likes this track here in Canada. So now comes through turn 1 and then through turn 2 with the pack stands on the left hand side. Of course, Canada not hosted here in 2021 in the real life season. Replaces Google's quickest again with the 108.1, and that's on 3 lap old softs as Ray Pepper, I believe, has rejoined the session. Conti through the first sector 19.2, not too bad but not too quick through the first sectors. Now Conti comes out of 7 and he's got a car just in front of a man on track, and that is Neymar getting out of his way to the right hand side. Conti now coming through turns 8 and 9, 6 minutes gone. Third of the way through in qualifying, only 7 times on the board. Let's go out on top, Rock City second, Zam in third. You're on board though with Conti, 41.1 through the middle sector. I think honestly he just wants to try and get a lap time on the board with this lap. Comes out of the hairpin. It's not really looking that competitive though. I think he's going to go probably behind the likes of Joel Sygate maybe with this lap. So now runs down into the wall of champion chicane once again. And Conti now coming through the final corner, and we'll see him now run toward the line. I think he's going to go ahead of Sygate. Comes across the line, he does go ahead of Sygate at 109.1, and that was quite good lap from him. Ryan's on a lap time as well, and actually Ryan is purple in the middle sector, 41 flat from the McLaren, second in the championship coming into, leading the championship I should say, coming into tonight. As soon as I say that, he's backed off his lap.
The curse of the commentator. Every time you go on board with someone, they just invalidate.
Christian's not looking too bad in the middle sector, 40.7 through the middle sector, coming out the hairpin now, running through turn 11 and then through turn 12. Ray Pepper saying he's in. We saw the graphic come up on the left hand side, the flash indicating that he's joined. He's out there on an out lap as well now. Christian though, running down into the final couple of corners, could challenge from assault in second, hits the wall, invalidate, commentator's curse number 2 of this evening, and Christian wouldn't have even gone close. It would have been a 108.927, and he went 6th. He would have went 6th with that lap.
Yeah, and watch out now because Stormy is on the hairpin right now before the long straight. Although probably there are some drivers ahead, but we'll keep notice of that as Neymar, I think, is about to cross the finish line as well.
Second.
Not sure if it's a valid lap. Yeah, second. Quite a solid lap, but right now Storm with the Alpha Tauri on mediums, approaching the Wall of Champions. Let's see that chicane. He actually gets it quite right, hitting the finish line. Let's see what time he says. 109.3, which, to be honest, on mediums, not a bad time at all.
Yeah, not a bad time at all. Yogi is on a lap time as well. There's been a crash, I think, actually, coming through the middle sector, and I think that might have been Christian and what looked like to me a Haas. And that Haas must be Yogi. Yogi coming through the middle sector. No, it's a Mercedes, actually. I think it might have been either Massault or Sygate, one of the two, because there is front wing damage just coming through there, and Christian's lost his right tail end plate. So I can only assume he's either lost it and the front wing's gone flying down the track, or if he has had a collision with either Sygate or Mersault. Very intriguing.
Well, whatever happened, they'll have time. Whoever caused that mayhem with the front wings and everything, we'll have time to go into the pits, repair, go back, and try to have another lap. And I have to say, Fryer Pepper, he says he forgot the setup, but still managed to do a 108.9, which is quite far from what the leaders are doing. But it's his first lap. I mean, we have to remember this is his bunker, so with 8 minutes remaining, he might have time to maybe set a more competitive lap time.
Yeah, of course, Park Fermet is on here in qualifying, so be hoping to try and get another lap in. However, look at the clouds. The clouds have literally just came over the circuit, and this indicates to me we could be getting rain towards the end of qualifying. Goto out on top at this moment in time, Neymar in second, Joro in third, and Joro is 9/10 down out of the first sector. Now coming through the middle sector, and he's down again on his lap. Rock City coming through the first sector. 3.5 seconds down. Cygate is down on his lap time. He's just came across the line from 108.7. Anybody on a lap? I think Ryan might be, and I think Maximus is as well. Yeah, Maximus is further on. So we're right on board with Maximus up toward the end of the middle sector. And it's a 40.9, so it's sub 41 through the middle sector, but you've got to be sub 39 if you want to be really quick out on track. Frey Pepper, by the way, in Discord, I've just seen it's going to be horror for him. That's what he's literally just said in the Discord. Maximus now coming up towards turns 13 and 14. Ryan is behind in the hairpin as well. But Maximus now into the final two corners, taking it very nicely indeed. Very nice. And now Maximus comes to the line. I think he'll go 8th with this. Comes across the line. Oh, goes 9th. Not bad. Not bad.
I have to say, look at that. 9th, 10th and 11th. They are quite close from each other. I have to say, from Storm, CLE Storm, to Freya Pepper, they are basically in less than 1/10. So I have to say it's more tight than what I would have expected.
Yeah, Joro down to Ryan, who's just came across the line to settle lap in 14th. Joro down to Ryan's only separated by less than 6/10. So that's actually not too bad. I mean, the top two were running away, but Gordad on top, Neymar second, Joro in third, nearly 2/3 of the way through qualifying here tonight in Canada in Division 4. Christian has started up on a lap, and he's kind of coming through towards turns 3 and 4. This infamous turn 4, which can really catch the car out. Vettel and Hamilton coming in together, of course, a few years ago. Christian now 19.2 through the first sector. He's not that quick through the first sector, but he can really make up the time through the middle and through the final sector out on track. I think Maximus has run out of fuel, which is why we have the yellow flags. Christian now coming through turns 8 and 9 and invalidates. Coming through turn 8. That turn in was too early for Christian, and I'm sure he'll learn how to turn in there. It just was an early turn in, and that's why it invalidated. Simple as that.
Yeah, so right now 6 minutes remaining, almost everyone in the pits, and with possible rain that could hit the track, probably drivers will know better than us, but they should hurry up in case the rain comes at the end of the session.
Yeah, Conti's on a good lap here, actually. I'm not sure if he's going to dive it into the pit. I was going to say, is he going to dive it into the pit lane? And then, just literally on that camera angle, the camera angle answered me and he came into the pits. But Conti was only a 10th down in that middle sector. Yeah, Zam has just started up a lap. I think CLE Storm has just started up a lap. Oh, Zam is finishing a lap, comes across the line. He goes 5th, 108.6, but he's still within that 6/10 bracket between Joro and Ryan out on track. Massault is a 10th up, a 10th and a half up, and he's nearly a sub 40.5 through the middle sector. So Massault on a good lap here. The Dane will be hoping to try and get towards Neymar, maybe going second with this lap time. As we see further down the field, I think Yogi on a lap, CLE Storm back in the pits as well.
Yogi right now improving by 3/10 and a half, more or less. So he could be another driver that could get in that 6/10 gap. So let's see where he gets. Really good run through the final corners. About to cross the finish line. I think it will be 108.5. No, I was optimistic. 108.8.
A 108.5. A 108.5. I literally looked up on my screen when you said that, and I saw 108.5, and he was about 10 yards from the line still. Yogi goes 8th with a 108.8 out on track, and he is still within that threshold, and now actually makes it. Joro all the way down to Ryan, separated by 6/10 of a second, still out on track. Goto on top. Massault, by the way, went second with his lap time. Neymar third, Joro on fourth. The sun now beginning to come back out again. And it's literally that these conditions don't know what to decide themselves. 4 minutes to go, Cygate on a lap coming through the middle sector.
And I have to say, quite disappointing performance at the moment by Ryan, who generally is not a qualifying merchant. I mean, he doesn't qualify well, but he's still quite behind in the grid. And in Canada, it's not that easy to to make a comeback. So I'm quite worried.
Yeah, TRT Vettel, by the way, in the comment section saying he had to do last week without a setup as well. It's just a no-go, and he hopes to have a full-time seat next week as well. Gort, minimal improvement through the first sector, 1,000th up through the first sector. Very minimal indeed, as now Gort comes in towards turns 8 and 9. I'll be hoping to see a very good match. I'm really quick through there, through 8 and 9, and now Gort coming through the end of this middle sector. And by God, it's quick at the 10th and a half up through the middle sector, and Gord is on a really competitive lap time here. He should have went quick out of the corner rather than quick into the corner, and that's just degraded his time away a little bit. Gord now coming down in towards turn 13 and 14. The Waller Champion chicane awaits. Tekken is on the lap coming through the opposite side of the track, but now Gord coming through the final 2 quarters are really committed coming through there. This is going to be 107.9. Gord comes across the line. Oh, and he doesn't even improve in the end. Again, optimistic from our commentary team here tonight. Gord's out on top, Basalt in second, Neymar in third. Tekken, though, is on a lap. He's not on a lap, 1.8 seconds down through the middle sector. May's complaining as well. Who likes to block him in qualifying? Nobody's blocking him at the minute, and he's 2/10 up.
Yeah, definitely. He's in a good lap at the moment, approaching the hairpin. Let's see how he does the apex, and to be honest, not a bad second sector at all. But he still needs a few more tenths, I would say. Although taking into account that his performances in qualifying are not the best ones, I have to say he's doing quite well. Oh, that was beautiful.
108.7, I think this might be from Mays. Comes across the line. Oh, no. It's a 108.4, and he goes 4.
You were too pessimistic.
Too pessimistic. We've been too optimistic, too pessimistic. The next lap time we see is going to get it right. Neymar, by the way, went second, the 108.1, and now his qualifying run pretty much over and done with. Gort back into pit lane. That's his qualifying done, unless there is a glitch out on track where these guys might have more time. But the outlap suggests to me as if the timing screens are right. Christian getting a lot of toll there from Rock City running down into the end of the middle sector. I think Yogi's on a lap? No.
What was the time remaining on your screen?
1 minute and about 5 seconds. Just taking that now.
Okay, we're on the same time, yeah.
Good. I'm glad. Christian's on a lap coming down towards the end of the middle sector. The only man to not set a time out on track, but he's looking around maybe Joel, Zam sort of area, really slow. Coming out through the final 2 corners, though, I don't think he's going to be around that area now. Comes across the line. 9th. 108.7. Again, too pessimistic. What is it? Ryan goes 7th. Much improved there by Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
He improves 4 or 5 tenths there. And Ryan is up into 7th. 3 thousandths of a second of Zam. We have got the final laps coming in. Neymar is back onto a lap. He invalidated that last lap, but he's back onto a line. 108.188. Currently his best. Just trying to flick through who might be on a lap. Robin, 4 tenths up. Now coming toward the line. Let's see if he's going to improve. And he does, but he only improves by 2.5 tenths in the end, just over, and it goes 9th, 108.7. Gord out on top, Neymar second, Assault in third. I think, to be honest, this might be the top 3.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it stays like that right now. Rock City on the lap. I mean, he's about to hit the second sector, so I'll keep you updated about the time he does. But it doesn't seem a great lap, and he got blocked a little bit by Ryan. He improves marginally. Yeah, but he still needs a really good run. Oh, watch out, his teammate ready to help him. Will that be enough, though? I don't think it will. But the effort is worth it, to be honest. Really good slipstream by the Racing Point. And
nails
really
the final chicane. It's a really good lap. All of a sudden, this is a really good lap. Rock City, 108.5, dead on. And he went 5th. And I think he was going to go actually around Zam sort of area. So that slipstream gained him, what, a 10th and a half? I would say. Rock City, though, 5th. Neymar, by the way, invalidated coming across the line. And he invalidated. Robin is down on a lap. CLE Storm invalidated. Frey Pepper not on a lap. That's the end of qualifying. Gold out on top, Neymar second. Mersolton third.
Yeah, Freya Pepper gave this slipstream to Storm, but he invalidated, although his lap would have been a 108.4, which would have been ahead of Mace. Unfortunate for him that he invalidated. Hopefully in the race he will be able to to make a comeback if he really has that pace.
Yeah, we'll have to see, of course, how the pace really lays up in this race. Gordad on top, Neymar second, Masultan third. And we haven't had any weather reports, by the way, which seems to suggest to me as if it's going to be dry in the race. I hope it is, but we will run through the grid order in just a second when it pops up on our screens. And it is Gordad on top, 500ths of a second in the end, and probably one of the tightest qualifying sessions you'll see in Division 4. Gordad on top, Neymar second, Masultan third. What is it with these Scandinavians filling out the top three? Mason fourth with Rock City fifth, Jovo in sixth, Yogi seventh, Zam in eighth, Ryan in ninth, and Robin ran off the top 10. Cygate in 11th, quite close to those lap times. Christian in 12th, Conti 13th, Storm 14th, Maximus 15th, Ray Pepper 16th, Storm and Tekken struggling on the pad. The other AlphaTauri of Storm on a set of mediums, 1.1 seconds off the pace, but just over 8.5 tenths separating the top 16, which means to suggest everyone seems to be on level pegging tonight.
Yeah, definitely it's gonna be quite close, and the fact from third down to 16th, they were only in a 5/10 gap, so this is gonna be. I mean, I've never been so excited for a race here. I think it's gonna be beautiful. I mean, I have no other word to describe this, James.
Let's just roll back to the start of the stream where you said you actually detested this track. What's changed?
I specified, all right. I made clear that I hate it. Like, I hate to drive, but to be honest, it generally gives a good show. So overall, as you said off cameras, all right, I love to commentate on it, but I hate to drive it, which are quite different things.
Yeah, and if you heard the frustration of me in Time Trial just before we came live, then you would have seen how difficult this track really is to drive out on track. Of course, turn 4 being the main invalidation point out on track. Qualifying is over and done with, though. The formation lap is about to begin. 35 laps awaiting these guys, 4.3 kilometre circuit, and a different and tyre choice further down the field. Top 10, of course, qualifying on that set of soft compound tyre. Everyone else, bar Conti and Tekken on a set of mediums, Conti on a set of softs, and Tekken on a set of hards. Conti on a set of softs really strikes out at me as him going 2-stop. Tekken could try and last the 1-stop, but the hard compound tyre literally is the worst tyre to be on around this track, because they do not get up to temperature within the first 6 or 7 laps around here.
Yeah, and to be honest, I believe the strategy here should be quite clear. I mean, I don't think people are gonna do something different. All drivers should stick to the same strategy. So hopefully it will be easy for us to follow. Although there's always someone who feels like to make a rebellion, you know, and do something different to the rest. So we'll have to keep an eye.
You'd imagine it'd be this person here, Conti, down in 13th, on a set of soft compound tyre. He's got Cygate and Christian in front of him on a set of mediums, Storm and Maximus behind him on a set of mediums as well. Conti surely is going to be the quickest man through the first couple of laps.
Yeah, definitely, and I think he has a little bit more of pace than what we have seen until now, so he should be able to make some positions, and we'll have to see. I think he's gonna try and go for track position rather than strategy, Cole.
As you catch me mid-yawn, literally that has just been me the last couple of nights, trying to stay, well, not awake, but trying to stay hydrated. That's the best thing. I'll come across to you though, Paco. Top 3.
Top 3, quite quickly. I would say Gote, Salt, and Neymar.
Oh, that's very boring, top 3. Oh, we're on board with CLE Storm, apparently. Don't know why we are. The graphics glitching to the left-hand side. 5 red lights, though, about to go out here in Canada. Round 4 of the championship about to begin in TTML Division 4. And it's lights out and away we go. Gort gets a good start. Neymar gets a good start as well. There's already a bit of Goldstein failures on running down in towards Turmoil. What a shocking camera angle that is. As Zam actually is... No, sorry, Gort still leads the way. No. Neymar in second. And that's Conti, I think, up into... I'm really confused. Gort leads the way. Neymar in second. We can say that much out on track. Masult's still still in third in the Mercedes, and Rock City is round. Rock City is round, coming out through turn 3 and 4. I think he got caught up in a bit of contact, maybe with Joro further down the field, I'm not sure, but Rock City now in 18th position. Sygate dropping down the field as well, as Storm is round as well.
And Neymar has no front wing, I believe. I mean, he has damage, big damage. We'll have to wait and see.
I don't think he does. Might be right side end plate damage if there's anything. Oh, and then Zam is out.
No,
Zam is out of the race as well. Zam is out coming through the second chicane.
That could be a safety car.
And he's been caught up with Sygate in that as well. Ghosting system really failing the guys out on track. It is so disorientated. We haven't got a VSC or a safety car yet, which is absolutely shocking. Gore now coming up towards the final 2 corners and leads the way at the end of lap 2, but he picks up damage, I think, on the right side end plate as well. Absolutely clouted the wall. He leads by 1.4 seconds. Now the graphics fix themselves. Neymar's right on the back of Maze. I think simply Neymar made a mistake as opposed to actually hitting the wall and getting damage. As Fred Pepper tries to run all the way around the outside of Christian for lap 10, in 10th and 11th position. On to lap 2 we go. Gort leading the way, Sultan second, Maze in third. Maze really getting off the start though, and he's up a couple of positions, as are the likes of Conti and Frey Pepper further down the field.
I cannot believe what a start Maze had. I mean, at the moment he's currently third. He has cars that are faster than him behind, but he has to enjoy this moment. You're with 17 drivers at the moment in this race. You cannot like be third every time. So
and there's contact. And that's Frey Pepper and Maximus, I think, coming together. Storm somehow gets the penalty for that. He goes to the inside of him. I think he might have got caught up in the collision as well. I'm really not sure what happened there. And yeah, has Storm got damage? I think he does.
Yeah, left end plate.
So left end plate damage. I wonder if it's actually him and Maximus that came together as opposed to Frey Pepper. But Frey Pepper was nearly in the wall as well. I don't know what's going on in this race, to be honest. Robin's on the back of Conti, 8th and 9th position, getting a really good run out the final corner. Was Robin going to chase Conti down? I don't think he is. Running towards turn 1, and Gort still leads the way. Assault in second, Mason third, but Gort pulling away from Assault.
And I have to say, quite surprised that Soul was able to replicate, you know, that fastest lap. Means that he has the pace to try and follow Goat and get in the RS range. And meanwhile, behind Maze, really, I mean, I think he's gonna struggle to keep that Alfa Romeo behind. But the best thing that could happen is that Alfa Romeo making the overtake and maybe stick behind.
Yogi, speaking of overtakes, is going to get the move done on Ryan. He's up into 6th position on Ryan, and Robin's run on the back of Conti as well. Just in behind, run up in towards the hairpin. I think Robin fancies his chances. Down in towards the hairpin. Here he comes, the German. He locked, and Conti actually locked up there. And that is the mistake that Robin would have been hoping for, as he's now on the outside line. It's side by side. Coming out through 12. I think Robin's going to have the run though. Conti really got caught out wide there. Unless he's got really good overtake on that car. He's going to try and get Ryan. But here comes Robin down the inside line. Can he try and get the move done? I think if he was wise, he wouldn't go for the move. Ryan is into the pit lane. And Robin doesn't get the move. But look at Christian in behind as well. Christian has got the run on both of them. Could make it 3 wide down in towards someone. He's boxed in as now Robin goes to the inside line. And Robin is through. Down the inside line he's through. And that is Neymar that's round. Down in the pit lane. Neymar is round. Spinning coming out of turn 1 and 2. There's the yellow flag in sector 3 as well. And I think that's Maximus out the final corner. That might have had a moment of Ryan into the pit lane. Neymar side by side all of a sudden with Tekken. And Neymar is fighting Hand of Rage. And Neymar's through and he's into 10. Tekken still tries to hang on in there. Looks the inside line, but no, Neymar is in 10th. Goodness me. God almighty. How many
the racing point round the outside.
Yeah, Christian.
Not able to stick the move.
He might get the move into the hairpin though. Here he comes.
I think he will.
He tried to move to the inside line there as well. Conti now on the inside line. Just about, I think, going to push him out wide. But now Christian's got the run out of the hairpin. And yeah, it's going to be side by side running down the straight. Gord out on top, Massault second. Mason third. But now Christian is up into 7th. Easily breezes past Conti on the run down towards the final 2 corners. And Christian is through. And he's into 7th position. By the way, what has happened with Gort? Out on top, 0.4 of a second from 1.1. He's got right side end plate damage, I think.
That could explain why. No. He doesn't have any damage, as far as I can see. No, he doesn't.
Where's the pace drop?
So I think it's Salt pace. I mean, as I said, he was able to replicate that fastest lap that the Ferrari driver did. So I was quite surprised, to be honest, that he was able to keep the pace. And at the moment, lap 5, and he's still there in the DRS range. So surprising pace by Salt that could actually say, hey, I'm here to fight the driver championship, and I can still win it.
Yeah, Massault still trying to chase on the back of Gort. And yeah, Massault, I think, has already been on the podium this season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Gort runs out wide, coming through the hairpin, and now this is Massault's chance. Massault, though, has got to be wary, because I think Gort might try and sneak it into the pit lane here, and Massault is going to absolutely sail on by. Down the inside line, he might have a little bit of lag on him, but it's not going to be enough. Massault is into the lead of the race, and he is into the pit lane, and Gort follows through, but he speeds into the pit lane. He just completely messed up the braking point into the pit lane. I literally said that they would be coming in. I said Gort would be coming in at least, but Massault has responded as well, and in fact I think Gort has been held. Gort has been held.
He
and
had damage. He did have damage. He had damage.
Right side end plate. I'm sure it was the right side end plate, because he clipped the wall, out of the wall of Champion Chicane on lap 1. There was no front wing flying, but he must have lost end plate damage, and he must have picked up, what, under 25%, I would say.
Oh!
And Massault and Tekken! Oh my god. And Massault, 9th position, coming out the pit lane, has been caught up in a really silly accident with Tekken, and Tekken has now lost his end plate. And
to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a sort of desync, because the way they made the contact and the way the Merc went through, I think that was a clear desync, I would say. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see for their footage.
Such a shame, regardless. Tekken losing his front wing, and he is going to be absolutely distraught out on track. But the thing is, though, we've got a desync driver now out on track. Not only that, we've got a desync driver in the net lead of this race. So what chaos is this going to cause later on?
I would say more that it was Tekken, but I prefer not to judge. I mean, I think it's going to be better we wait until the end of the race and know what happened. But the way the contact was made, I think it was the AlphaTauri desync. But yeah, we can see more people making their pit stop right now. Robin and Conti. They might
Robin
emerge
side by side
in
with
front
Gort,
of...
I think.
Yeah.
Actually, no, he's
It's
not.
what I was
Miles
about to-
behind.
no. Yeah, we're being... I mean, either we are too optimistic or we are way too pessimistic. So, I think we have to find a midpoint, you know?
We have to try and find a midpoint. Obviously, Tekken into the pit lane after repairing that front wing. He's going to be right down at the back of the field. So unfortunate, I think, for Tekken. You've got to feel sorry for him out on track.
Yeah.
I literally did say, do you know when Gork and Massault came into the pit lane? I did say Massault was lagging down the straight. So I wonder if it's actually him that has caused the desync. And if because I was right on board with him and he looked like he was lagging. To me, is all I'm going to say. Storm, by the way, is on the back of Neymar. This is the 5th position out on track. Neymar should be shooting into the pit lane probably at the end of this lap, and Storm is going to shoot past him down the inside line, down the straight, and as Storm is through, and he's into 5th position, and shooting Neymar. Oh, and he goes into the back of him! Neymar into the back of Storm. What on earth was he doing there? He looked like he was coming into the pit lane, and Neymar has completely outjudged that. Maybe one of the silliest mistakes I've ever seen.
And to be honest, if Storm doesn't get any more warnings, he should be able to get that 3 seconds off his time, because it was so unfair, you know, getting pushed by another driver, you know, and being forced to cut that.
Oh, and Maze!
I think it's not his fault.
Maze is round coming through turn 6 and 7. I'm not sure if he's got damage. He has got damage.
Yeah, massive.
Massive damage, and look at CLE Storm. Hey, sorry, Christian, I should say. Christian now going for the lead of the race, and Christian now through. I was looking at CLE Storm when I saw that, and Christian now is through, and he's into the lead of the race. Maze has got massive damage on the right side end plate.
To be honest, please don't fire me, Maze. I don't understand why he didn't pit with the rest. I mean, he always likes to hold on to maybe stick to another strategy, but I think he should have pitted the previous lap.
He should have done, to be honest, but I think he might be taking a leaf out of the guys from Division 1, where they actually did make towards the end of the pit stop. Storm, by the way, is in, replacing his front wing, and now Yogi and Robin are side by side. Yogi is still in 8th position, I think. Robin tried to go for the lunge, he didn't get the move done, and now Yogi is into 6th position, Robin in 7th. Pit window apparently is open for 2-stop strategy. You must be mad, Codemasters. They've already pitted. Stupid.
And Storm pitted.
I'm
too lost here. I mean, yeah, but after 7 laps of mediums, he pitted. I don't know if he had damage because it seemed like he had to repair his front wing, so probably that's the reason why he pitted. But yeah, I mean, this race, I'm totally lost, to be honest. Plenty of things happening, and probably half of them we're not even noticing.
This might be, honestly, one of the most... I can't find words to describe.
I would say chaotic.
Yeah, mismatched is what I would say. One of the mismatched races I think I've ever seen. To be honest, in terms of commentary, Gort right on the back of Joro. This is for a net 2nd out on track, for 4th currently, and Gort is going to sail on by down the inside line. Whoosh. He is through. Whoosh he goes, and Gort through, and he's into 4th position. And he'd be very keen now to get onto the back of Massault. Massault had the pace early on. He did have the pace there. There's the L-Flag Sector 2 and Sector 3.
Williams.
Gort is 5/10 quicker. There's a Williams round and there's CLE Storm. That is round coming through the end of the middle sector. I'm honestly... totally oblivious to the fact that we hadn't had a VSC or a safety car yet.
Yeah, I have to agree. To be honest, after the crash from Sam, I thought that would be a safety car for sure, but there wasn't. So quite weird what is happening today. But still 25 laps to go, and at the moment Christian, yellow flag is the Stormer again, and at the moment Christian is leading, although not really, because he has yet to make another pit stop. So I think this is going to be interesting, because at the moment Gote only 3.3 behind Salt, and remember Salt has a 5-second time penalty.
I thought there was damage coming out, and then I realised CLE Storm had spun through there, didn't he? I think he might be retiring, maybe in the pit lane, 5-second penalty. Yeah, he sped into the pit lane and has retired the car out on track. I do apologise, by the way, we haven't got the graphics coming up on the bottom. To me, for me, certainly, when drivers retire out of the race. For
me, yeah, I mean, the penalties at least. No, actually, they retire, yeah, to me neither.
Yeah, there's no retirements for me. The 3-second penalties are coming through for me. Oh, I'm lost. Christian leads the way. Frey Pepper 2nd, Massault in 3rd, Gort in 4th, and now Gort trying to reel in on Massault. 3.2 seconds the gap. Robin and Yogi, though, I think might be the main focus to watch. The 2 Germans, 6th and 7th, out on track. Robin looking like he's quite quick tonight as well, and he's now hunting right on the back of his fellow countrymen.
Yeah, and he's approaching, the Haas driver. And I would make a joke about Robin Hood, and trying to...
Oh.
But, yeah, I'm not even gonna go for that pun. So,
hang on, you've got Robin Hood and you've got Yogi Bear out on track. So you've got the ultimate mismatch in terms of cartoon characters racing out on track.
Indeed.
Well, these guys are not cartoon characters, they are real humans driving around the track here tonight in Canada. Goodness me, where are we going? A third of the way through though, lap 12 has just begun. Christian leads the way for Pepper 2nd, Massault 3rd, Gort in 4th, Joro in 5th, and Gort now reeling in Massault slightly. 4/10 of a second gain that last lap on Massault. 3rd and 4th for them. Robin's trying to get onto the back of Yogi, but to be honest, the race looks like it's gone completely and utterly stale.
Time to sleep. I mean, to be honest, I didn't... Well, the grid was quite close in qualifying, but I think there has been that much incidents that most of the people had to pit again, and right now we have drivers that are not able to get to DRS range. But if someone is able to get, for example, now Yogi getting closer to the Renault, I have to say Yogi's pace doesn't look bad at all, because he has caught the Renault Joro, which started P4, I believe.
Yeah. Or
P5, I think it was around there, and he's catching as well Gota.
Yeah, he is catching Gota, and yet Joro is the one that's actually coming back to these guys, and Yogi and Robin just been drawn in really onto the back, so we could see maybe a three-way fight, I should say, for 5th position out on track. Joro's still in 5th, Yogi 6th, Robin in 7th. Otherwise, it has been really chaotic, and the driving standards tonight, I've got to be honest, are really poor. They are really poor. I'm not going to lie about that, and I think drivers will have to look at their own drives. Majority of the guys have been clean. Towards the top end of the field, they've been clean. Don't ask me about that at all. But the rest of the guys further down the field, they've been caught up in silly incidents. The driving standards on lap 1 were quite bad. There was a lot of incidents on that lap. But drivers have just got to calm it down. And now we're in the focus point of the race where moves are going to have to be made. If you don't have racecraft, and if you don't have one-to-one wheel racing racecraft either, then really you're going to struggle.
Yeah, definitely, and I have to say as well, with changing topics, because this is about the race.
Oh, Christian's in.
Christian pitting, yeah, and Fire Pepper as well. Gote is cutting on South, which means that without the damage on his car, he's much faster than the Mercedes driver. Oh, and he showed his front wing to the Renault, but not able to make the move.
I thought he was going to go actually switching back through turn 2 to get the run up in towards turn 3, but he's just now gone a 4/10 per second, and Joro suddenly pulls away in the first sector, but just makes me believe Yogi might have more of a straight line speed setup rather than a cornering setup out on track. But Joro third, definitely struggling with tyre wear is his main loss at this point. Yogi not really struggling, he's on 2 lap fresher tyres compared to the guy ahead. Massault though still leading, and yeah, you mentioned Gort, 2.2 seconds on the back of Massault, 2.1 now as Robin picks up a 3-second time, but in Yogi I think made a mistake there as well, coming out through turn 8 and 9, really punishes you at this track in terms of mistakes. So I gave it the new fastest lap of the race as well, 1:11.2. Robin though on the back of Yogi, I will say with confidence they're not going to get any moves done down and towards turn 1.
I mean, are you sure?
Christian will on Ryan. I'll say that now. Christian will on Ryan. In fact, he's going to get it done now. Christian to the inside line. He's going to get the move done. And with my ultimate confidence, I can safely say there's no moves down and towards turn 1.
Are you sure? I mean, you're risking it. It's a bold prediction.
Yeah, but look where everyone is. We've literally had the move. Christian on Ryan through and he's up into 7th. And Yogi and Robin weren't even close enough.
I have to say, Gote's pace is impressive. He's almost under the 2-second gap. I mean, he momentarily got it, but he's back to that like 2.1, 2.2. I don't know if he hit the wall maybe or he made a mistake, but he's back at it again, 2.0. So he's on that sort of range. At the moment, he doesn't need to push because he knows the Mercedes driver has a 5-second time penalty. So no need to make the move. So probably he'll stick around, and maybe if he has the chance to make the overtake on track, I think he will do. But meanwhile, Yogi going for the move.
As my voice cracks, Yogi is through and he's into P3 out on track. Joro, I think Joro's really struggling on those tyres. Christian's right on the back of Conti, by the way. Where's he came from on the back of Conti? Robin on the back of Joro as well. Now we're kicking off in terms of the moves. And Robin is through and he's into P4. Down and towards turn 1. He gets the move done. The German and Christian and through as well. Frey Pepper right on the back of Ryan as well. Going to try and lunge it down in towards someone. He might have the car ahead. He's going to have a half look. I tell you what though, it's really good racecraft between them both. Ryan and Frey Pepper. Frey Pepper's got the outside line. He's not going to get the move done down in towards 4. Ryan cuts across and he was not letting him through there. Really good racing between them both. And now look at Frey Pepper down the inside line into 5 and he hits the wall and he contacts him. And I'm not sure if Ryan was sent into the wall. He's actually got away scot-free. Frey Pepper hit the wall on the inside. Not enough space, I think, given from Frey Pepper's point of view. Ryan gave enough room for him to go down the inside line. He just miscommitted the corner. And that's him now out of pretty much contention and pretty much out of this race.
It was such I mean, I feel so bad for him because he was racing with no setup and he was doing so well, you know, and that fight was beautiful while it lasted. So unfortunate, to be honest. I think he misjudged the gap, you know, to the wall.
Well, I'll tell you what, Paco, I'm going to have to cut you off. Here comes Robin on the back of Yogi down the inside line. Doesn't get the move done. And my God, my voice is really going out on track. Gort is on the back of Massault. Yogi and Robin, I think they're looking quicker than Massault and Gort, if I've got to be honest. Gort's catching, 1.2 seconds now the gap, but Yogi and Robin, on slightly fresher tyres, they're beginning to hit now peak points in terms of the tyres, and they're flying. They're closing in on Gort.
Yeah, it's what I said. I mean...
Fred Pepper's out. Retired in the pit lane.
Yep. Well, that's the race over for him. I mean, probably it was a nightmare for him as he didn't have the setup and he was struggling during the whole race. So I think he will be glad that it's over, to be honest. But yeah, as you said, Yogi got in on Goat. Yeah, 1.8. He's actually catching. So to be honest, if I was Robin, I wouldn't even try the overtake, you know. He sees that Yogi is dragging him to the guys ahead, but I don't think he's gonna listen because he is down the side, but he holds on behind and he gets another 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, should have went for that, to be honest. He wouldn't have picked up the 3-second time penalty. Yogi still in third, Robin in fourth. Robin on a steep learning curve, I've got to be honest. Of course, I'm Division 5 champion last season in TTML Division, in Division 5 last season, and now in Division 4. And this, I think, is his best performance so far this season, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, where did he start? Out on track. He started down in 10th. He's gained 6 positions and is the biggest gainer pretty much out on track, bar Christian, Conti and Storm, who are all gaining the same amount of positions compared to him. Robin looks, though, he looks like he's coming back to form. And Robin is chasing down Yogi. They're both chasing down Gort. Gort's going to be within a second, maybe running down the straight here in towards turn 14, or turn 13 and 14. Massault leading the way. Gort's in second. And there is the DRS detection point. I think he was just outside of it. He was. Gort was just outside of it, and Massault with 1 bar in front of him, and this could get pretty tricky if he has got a decent car ahead.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I think it's not the Mercedes who is dissing, but as you said, you saw him lagging a little bit in quali, so
yeah.
Hopefully the connection is alright and there won't be an incident, but you never know. Yogi's, I mean, he's catching up, but the fact that Goat is now in the RS range is gonna make it like more difficult for Yogi to catch up to the car ahead. And I feel bad for him because he was making a really solid job. But if he sticks around, hopefully he'll gain the position from the Mercedes driver as he has a 5-second time penalty.
He'll be relying on Massault and Gort to fight. I think is that at this point is what Yogi and Robin will be relying on. Joel's are not entirely out of this either. And then you've got Christian on an entirely different strategy, and he's beginning to get into this as well. 4.6 seconds off the back of Joel, but trust me when I say this, that gap is going to come down very quickly indeed. Here comes Gort though, on the back of Massault, using the overtake mode up. Has he got enough speed in those legs, I was going to say there, but Gort is through. Oh, and actually Massault dives it into the pit. Massault is in, dives it into the pit lane. That was very late, very committed, and it nearly had shades of Neymar, to be honest, as he serves his 5-second penalty.
Yeah, so he's going for the undercut then. We'll see how it works, but with a 5-second time penalty and his lack of pace compared to Gote, it's going to be difficult. And this is going to be interesting because Robin and Yogi suddenly have a really big chance to finish in the podium.
Yeah, Robin has been freed up, I think, obviously with Massault coming into the pit lane. Yogi and Robin have now been freed up, and they're beginning to pull away from Joel Rowan behind. Christian's still 4.6 seconds behind. By the way, in terms of that, Massault has came up behind Neymar, so he's in a little bit of traffic out on track. Gort leading the way though, Yogi second, Robin in third, up in towards the hairpin for the 20th time, out on track, and Gort leads the way. But Rumble with Robin right on the back of Yogi, and Yogi will be looking in behind because shooting the arrow in true Robin Hood style, here comes Robin on the back of Yogi Bear, and Robin is going to go through down the inside line, and he's up into second position. Maybe one of the weirdest lines you'll ever hear from me in the commentary box. Robin through, and he's into second, but now instantly because Gort's in.
And they do not pit. Interesting. Gote does, but Yogi and Robin stay out, which quite surprising to be honest. But let's see how it works out.
Gort's in miles of clear air here. He is in absolutely miles of clear air. He's going to win this now. Gorse is out of the pit lane. Maze is just coming across the start-finish line. That is how far ahead he is. He's going to be about 4 or 5 seconds. Coming out of this pit stop, he's going to be ahead by. Joro was there, and Joro was just about got ahead of Maze, and he's actually, because of Masault's 5-second penalty, Joro has undercut Masault. And he's completely undercut as well, maybe Robin and Yogi in the process.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I'm not that sure about it. We'll have to, because right now Schultz is, apart from the fact he had to serve for 5 seconds on a penalty, he's really struggling to make the overtake on Neymar and Mace, so he's losing a lot of time. And meanwhile, Joro, I mean, he has free air, and we'll have to see if his pace is enough to overtake Robin and Yogi. Let's see if he, they both.
Oh my!
Yogi stays out.
God, I thought Masault nearly went into the back of Neymar. Sorry to cut in, but nearly went into the back of him, and now Masault is going to have a sensational run. He's sitting in behind because he's got so much ERS to use up. There's one. He's going to go for Maze as well. Masault is going to try the impossible. No, he's not. Down the inside line. He doesn't get the move done. And Gold picked up a 3-second penalty there as well. And Robin is there. Gold, I think Robin's in second. Robin out the pit lane in second. But that, I think, was a cut of the pit lane exit out on track. And that might just get investigated by the stewards.
Oh. No. Never mind. Oh, yellow, sector
Maximus.
3, that's the McLaren, that's Maximus, yeah. And this time, Neymar into the pits. And he didn't run at the back of the car ahead, so he learned the lesson. Thanks God. And what's out for Salt? He's making the overtake on Maze.
Easy. Yeah. Absolutely easy as you like from Salt, and unfortunately he didn't get the pepper out on track. Throw Pepper down in 16th, of course, DNFing out of this race. That's a reference to him. Didn't work, did it? Masault 6th, Mason 7th, and Masault now can pull right onto the back of Joro. But I tell you what, Joro now beginning to pull onto the back of Robin, and this creates now a real fight towards the end of the race. Gort potentially retaking the championship lead, has got Robin chasing him down, and Robin looks like maybe at this stage of the race he might be quicker.
I mean, am I crazy, or what Yogi? I mean, what is Yogi trying to do? Because I don't know how long the mediums can go, but soft.
I'll tell you now, he'll go softs. You can manage about 18 laps, I think, on a set of mediums, possibly around here, like at a real push. But I think Yogi is committed to that strategy. He has to be. He can't come in for a set of mediums and go 12 laps, because he's just going to get nowhere.
But I don't think the soft will give him, like, the advantage he thinks it will. Because, to be honest, they will last like 4 or 5 laps in a good pace, but then it will start to go off.
Yogi continues on.
No. Yeah.
He's committed to a set of softs.
It's going to be interesting to see how the softs work, but to be honest, he was in a good position with just actually 6 seconds. Well, that changes things. So
you've got to think
I'll just wait and see.
Conti, I believe, got Storm, by the way, down into the hairpin. I'm not sure if Storm let him through. He might have damage still on that car from earlier on. Maze is into the pit lane on 14 lap old mediums. Yogi is committed, but I've got to be honest, he's not losing time to Christian. He's not losing time to Christian. He might be losing time to the back of Gorp, but Yogi is not losing time, as Maze has gone on to a set of softs, and that indicates to me, that's the biggest indicator, that Yogi will be going on for a set of softs. So, look who's laughing now.
And Maze... And Mace again changing front wing, which shows how much of a difficult race he has had, unfortunately, because it seemed like it could have been a good race for him. But yeah, that incident in lap 7, and now in well, I don't know when he get the front wing damage, but it could have been better. But still, good job from Mace, to be honest.
Yogi's still continuing on. Out on track, and this gets now into the realms of possibility where he is going to come out on a set of softs. A pit stop around here is 14 seconds. He's going to be ahead of Masault, and he's going to be in clear air, and he's going to be right on the back of Joro within a lap. Yogi, potentially, if he gets through that traffic and he's on that set of softs and he's quick, I think he's on for third.
Or maybe for something more.
Maybe for something more. He might be on for second. Christian, if I was Christian, I'd try and make the impossible, because Tekken's on 17 lap all mediums as well.
I don't think he will pit.
Christian...
I don't think he's gonna pit. I don't think Christian is gonna pit, to be honest.
Well, surely he might have won this then. He's got no penalties out on track. And the only man really to stop him will be Yogi. Possibly. I don't know. It's just so befuddling in this race, honestly. Yogi leading the way. Christian in second, and now look at the gap. Yogi, if you're listening, come in the pits now. Come in the pits now, you're losing too much time. Yogi, now, into the final corner. Clearly not listening, he continues on another lap. Typical.
And he does well. To be honest, he does well, because generally we are in the wrong, so... let's trust the driver instinct, you know?
Yeah, these guys know better than us. Know better than one commentator who tried to go around the outside of the castle section and didn't end up working. On our graphics man, I may add, as well. Yogi out on top though, Christian second, Goat in third. I'm just going to try and brush that away before anybody decides to ask me in the comments section about how that went. Yogi out on top though, Christian second, Goat in third. Looking at the penalties, by the way, out on track. 15 seconds for Robin. It's massive. And Joro has got 3 seconds behind him. Masault's 9 seconds. He's got 6 seconds less, and he's about 5 seconds off the back of Robin. Masault could be the one, along with Joro, to really gain as a result, as well as Christian, because Christian's going to gain 5-fold on the back of Robin.
To be honest, I mean, I think Christian is going to win the race. If he stays out, I really think he's going to win the race. I mean, Goat is cutting.
Yogi's still staying out. What's he doing?
Oh,
Christian's
this is
in.
actually something I didn't expect.
Christian, Yogi not listening to me and Christian not listening to you, so I think we're even Stevens there. Christian is in. Onto a set of soft compound tyre he will go, and he's going to be quick as anything coming on that compound tyre. He's in clear air, he's spotted that gap, he's in clear air. Ryan's on the out through the final corner now, he's miles ahead of him. Christian's going to be in 6th. Now is the time where these softs are going to come into play. 6.5 seconds though, coming out the pit lane. That's a big gap to try and pull in what, 8-9 laps time?
No, I think he's going to be able, because he seemed like he had a really solid pace. So I really think he's going to catch Salt and maybe Jobro. I mean, I'm being optimistic. Probably I haven't found the midpoint yet. But I think he's going to be quite fast on those softs. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to finish in P2.
But he's only starting to get those softs up to play, and he's only gained 3 tenths on Masault. He's on set of medium compound tyres. And finally, Yogi decides to come in. Unless we're on 2-lap old talkback, maybe. Yogi has now decided to come into the pit lane. There's yellow flag in sector 2 and 3. It's Rock City that round. And Rock City is in the wall. Coming out through turn 8 and 9. Is he going to get the car going again? He will. And he has got damage on the car, I can see. Rock City then out of contention. Yogi is ahead of Christian. Crucial for Yogi. He's ahead of Christian. And behind Masault by 3.5 seconds. Out on track. And that is a more plausible gap to close in on Masault. Yogi now is on for 4th at least. I personally think that gap is too much to close down for 3rd. But I stand to be corrected.
We'll see. I really think Christian is going to finish 2nd. So... 7 laps remaining, and what's up, because Robin, after getting 15 seconds of penalty, is getting to that DRS range to go to, so things could start kicking up, and maybe they could lose time, and who knows, maybe Christian and Joey could catch up.
Frey Pepper, by the way, same with his early move, that was my fault, it was a dumb move from Frey Pepper, and obviously he apologising for his actions down in the Discord, but Robin now on the back of Gort, still out of DRS range though, coming down in towards turn 1. There is a car that's just exited the pit lane. I think that's Cygate that's just exited the pit lane along with Maximus. And Maximus is just came out the pit lane, I believe, in amongst these guys. Yeah, he's been lapped by the top 3 at least.
I have to say, about Fryer Pepper, if he's still listening. I don't think it was a dumb move.
Oh, Storm has retired coming into the pit lane.
Pits. Surprising. With 6
Very
laps
surprising.
remaining.
I can only assume he was going to go into a set of soft compound tire. I can only assume he normally, when he does this, it normally is like an emergency of some kind. He never retires out of a race just for the sake of it. So I can only assume it's something to do with that.
And just quickly about Fryer Pepper, I don't think it was a dumb move. I mean, you had the gap, but I think you just miscalculated and hit the wall, and yeah, then you made contact with the other car, but it was just, you didn't calculate it well, but not a dumb move. So don't be too harsh on yourself. Just try to take a break and be back stronger next week.
Yeah, it was just a miscalculation of the line, I think, going into Turn 5. Turn 5's a tricky corner anyways, and I mean, we saw with Hartley and Stroll. Remember that in 2018, where they came into contact? I think it was 2018 or 2017, correct me if I'm wrong. But Hartley and Stroll came together. At that point, they got given all the room, but in the end, Stroll lost it, and pretty much forced Hartley into the wall, and Hartley ended up nearly upside down. And Robin, now on the back of Gort, though, in the short term of things. 5.5 laps to go. Gort leads the way, Robin in second, Joro in third. Yogi and Christian, what did I say? What did I say? They're not catching Massault at all, I will say.
Yeah, but just take a look at the penalties. That's why I said Christian would finish second. Although, now I think he will finish third. I don't think we'll go higher than that.
See, so I'm right all along then, because I did say he might finish third outside track as Robin commits himself up through the final corner. He is on the back of Gort, and Robin now fancying his chances for the win. I think it's a straight up match now between these two. Robin's got 15 seconds worth of penalties, Gort's got 3. I don't care if they've got that amount of penalties, to be honest, out on track. It is going to provide a spectacle between these two, because Robin has got the pace, and he's going to take it to Gort tonight.
Yeah, definitely, and I think despite the penalties, this is going to be a good fight for the end.
It will be. You caught me drinking. Robin on the back of Gort. It is out water, by the way. Gort leading the way. Robin in second. Joro and Massault in fourth. Yogi and Christian struggling to catch up, but Robin now looking on the back of Gort. He has got to try and commit this move. The only thing that is going to really be an advantage to Gort more than anything else, he's got a Mercedes side gate just up the road. So that is going to help him really quite a lot as well. Rock City, by the way, is fighting with Tekken further down the field. This is for 11th and 12th, and Tekken, considering he's on the pad, Rock City is going to breeze past him down the inside line, but Tekken having a really good race compared to last week, and actually still side by side with him is Tekken, and he's trying to hold his own on the inside line, and he still holds his own, and he gets the move done. Retakes the position, open Trot Edmund, Rock City tries to go around the outside of 3 and 4, what a move! Ooh. Can he get the move done? Tekken side by side with him, through 5 they go! Oh. What a move! Rock City! What racecraft between them both, and it's not over yet, but Tekken now still on the back of Rock City. Rock City and Tekken, this is for 11th position. This is not for the win. This is for 11th. Tekken looks the inside line, and Rock City absolutely mastered Tekken there. Tekken just cuts across the corner with no disregard whatsoever to the track limits. He might try and lunge it down the inside into Rock City, but no. Rock City is through. Really brave stuff between them both, going side by side through 5. Ray Pepper didn't manage it early on, but that is how you take turn 5 side by side.
Hold on, because Tekken is back. He has the speed and
got
he's going to send
it.
The rest
City tries to hold it in. Tekken, good move there though, around the outside line. He goes, he's just happy with that. He's really happy with that. He's going to be livid. But I tell you what, look at Robin running the back of Gort as well. Here we go, 3 laps to go, and now Robin right on the back of Gort. 0.4 of a second they come. Yogi has caught him on to the back of Massault as well, and Massault really dropped a lot of time to Joro in the last couple of laps, but Gort leads the way. Robin in second. The straight match, it seems, between the front two, well and truly underway. 2.5 laps to go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're gonna like try a move, because I know probably Robin will be thinking that it's not worth it. So I'm really hoping we see a battle between these two, you know, to at least be excited about something, although it doesn't matter anything.
Rock City's, by the way, is right on the back of Tekken once again. I'm just going to try and just soak this in, because here he comes. He's going to absolutely sail on by Tekken should. He's actually not using up any ERS, but he might not need it. Switches the outside line through the final corner. This will be brave, and Tekken just lets him through. That's disappointing from Tekken. He should have known better, but he gets a really good run coming out through the final corner, and here he comes down the inside line, down in towards someone. He's going to be right alongside Rock City. Gets the car stop. Rock City gives him the room, but look at Tekken. Tries to go on the outside line. Marbles really costing him. Yogi battled through it. By the way, it's through on Assault, and looking behind, Robin right on the back of Gort.
Oh. Yeah. Actually, yeah, Yogi made the overtake on Assault, and meanwhile Robin quite close to Gota, so hopefully on the last lap we'll see a move or something.
Tekken's coming back at Rock City again. This has been a brilliant battle between them both, the 11th and 12th position. I don't get Tekken. Tekken literally said to me in the comments section, don't ride on board with me. We have to ride on board with you. It's actually, there's a yellow flag and Sidegate is round coming out through turn 7. I think he was letting the guys through, in fact. There's now Rock City once again on the back. Robin tried to lunge it down the inside line. 2 laps to go. Robin is looking quite desperate now on the back. Here comes Robin on the back of Gort. Has he got the pace to challenge? Rock City once again through on Tekken, just in the background of shot, but now Robin looks to the inside line. We'll get the move done, but Gort is going to have to run, I think, at the final corner. Robin is now in the lead of the race. He's got the pace. I don't think
he's going to even try.
And Gort, yeah, he's not going to try. Down in towards turn 1. Robin is going to lead onto the final lap of the race. But it comes to show, though, Robin, for the first time this season, is holding his own against Gort. Without 15 seconds worth of penalties, Robin would be winning this race, and he'd be winning it on merit.
Okay, James. I mean, it's like saying, you know, if he was fast, he would win the race, you know, but...
Well, he's took the pace, though, to Gort tonight, and he's been rewarded. Without those 15 seconds worth of penalties, he's been rewarded with a brilliant drive, nonetheless.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He got the 15-second type of penalty compared to Gota, which means he took advantage of the track limits more than Gota, and maybe that's why he was a little bit faster or was able to keep up the pace. I'm not like trying to, you know, to criticize him because he has done a good job. I agree with you, but let's be honest. I mean, we cannot talk about hypotheses, you know. But anyways. He's approaching the final corner. He will win it on track.
Ooh, I thought he nearly
will win it
did
on
he hit the wall there? The Robin hit the wall. And now Gort's right on the back, but Robin is going to come across the line to win out on track. But with 15 seconds worth of penalties, he doesn't. Gort wins. Joro in second. Yogi is going to be in third. There he is, coming across the line. I was confused where he was. And Christian, actually, with no penalties, up to third. So Christian from 6th up into third, and Robin in the end finishes in 5th position. Ryan now coming across the line. Massault finished across the line in 6th. Ryan, championship leader, no longer now championship leader in 7th. Conti across the line in 8th. Nemo across the line in 9th. Tekken with a 3-second penalty. I wish Rock City and Tekken were still battling, to be honest. I'll give a bit of entertainment. Maze coming across the line in 10th. Disappointing from Maze's perspective with the damage. Rock City and Tekken, we are just waiting on Maximus and Cygate have already came across the line. Rock City looks like he is going to get the Battle of the Wills out on track, and Rock City looks like he is going to pick up 11th position. I'm just checking in on the penalty. He will, because Tekken's got 15 seconds worth of penalties. But a real entertaining battle nonetheless between them both. Rock City across the line 11th, and Tekken to come across the line in 12th position. And that is the weirdest race we've probably ever commentated on. Graphics glitch galore. And honestly, I'm glad we're done with that race. Driver of the day is awarded by the in-game fans, though. Christian gets it.
Yeah, I mean, totally deserved. He was the only driver in the whole race who didn't get a penalty. He drove really, really smart. And he was calm. I mean, he didn't do anything crazy. He could have stayed, you know, on those mediums until the end. Probably they would have been dead by the end of the race, but instead he decided to pit, and despite not having that pace with the soft as he probably expected, he didn't rush out. I mean, he just took it easy, and look at him in the podium. So yeah, totally deserved.
Yeah, and a very rare occurrence, no penalty picked up from him out on track, and that's why he does get the podium for being the cleanest man out on track in terms of the penalties. And look at that. Look at the penalties. Out of the top 14, at least, Christian was the only one that didn't pick up a penalty. But look at the 111s. Gort out on top from Joro in second. Christian in the end in third with Yogi fourth. Robin, 18 seconds worth of penalties in the end, not 15. 18 seconds worth of penalties. He finished in fifth. Massault in sixth with Ryan seventh. Conti in eighth. Neymar ninth. Mays across the line in 10th with Rock City. And Tekken rounding off 11th and 12th. Maximus 13th. Sygate in 14th. Storm, Frey Pepper, Storm and Zam all DNFing out of the race. Sygate with 21 seconds worth of penalties, but he did pick up the fastest lap point in all of that as well. We are going to wait on Gort, Joro and Christian, of course, to join us. I believe Joro is already here. We'll wait on Christian and Gort, though, to see if they are going to join. Christian doesn't speak English, so that's going to be a massive problem for an interview. So I think it's fair to say we're not going to get an interview for Christian. But we are going to get an interview from Joro, the man who finished in P2, out on track, took the fight to Gort in part of that race. You must be happy with second, though.
Yeah, I am. I really am. I didn't think I had the pace to challenge Gort, to be honest. But luckily for me, Robin was just blistering fast, and he had like 50 seconds of penalty. So I was like, if I can just stay in his DRS and just follow for as long as I can, then yeah, I might even take a podium here. And yeah, I think I made the right call with the strategies, starting soft, medium, mediums, because I think Yogi was also in a fight with Robin at that point, and I don't know, but I saw him coming back on track like in 5th place, and I saw he was on the soft tire. So yeah, I didn't think beforehand that I would have any chance on this track, to be honest, but it turned out pretty good.
It did turn out pretty good for you, and your second podium, of course, this season, following on from Japan, where I will reiterate that our top 3 tonight is the same top 3 as Japan as well. Joel, of course, finishing in second, and your second podium really must feel like you've got to try and challenge, certainly for the top end of the standings.
Well, yeah, based on the standings, you could say that, but yeah, till now I don't really have the belief that I can challenge the likes of Go, to be honest. But yeah, second podium feels great. I think in Japan last week we were a little bit unlucky with the Renault squad, where Luca crashed in the final corner. But I think this makes up for it.
It really does make up for it out on track. Paco, I'm going to come across to you. Any questions?
Well, unless you want me to ask him about next week.
You can.
Okay, I will then. To be honest, today you had maybe you didn't have like the fastest pace, but you were consistent enough to keep yourself away from incidents. So next week, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, Hungary. Yeah, I mean, I was just making sure because I was thinking about Hungary, but not sure. We're heading to Hungary. How good of a track is it for you, and do you think you will be able to repeat this result?
I really don't have any idea. I think I raced to Hungary once, and yeah, I have mixed feelings about the track. It's difficult to qualify on softs, I think. It's probably better to start on mediums, but then you lose track position, so that's also kind of gamble. But we will see. Yeah, thanks guys for commentating again, and congrats to Goal for I think his third win.
Yep.
Now. And
yeah.
In case Robin wants to switch to Renault, yeah, when Luca doesn't drive, he's been a teammate for me today.
I think the offer's there, we can certainly say.
Thank you, guys.
You're very welcome. And we will move on, of course, our man, third time this season in the podium. Well, actually, third time this season in terms of the interviews. Third win, of course, out on track. Fourth win for Ferrari. Ferrari has clean swept all the races so far this season here in TTML Division 4. It is Gort. And Gort, your first question from myself: do you not deserve to be up in Division 3 after these performances?
We will see what's happened. Maybe this is my last time with you here, so.
You said that last time. You said that 2 weeks ago, and then we're still here 2 weeks later.
Yeah, yeah. Last week I couldn't race because I was away at work, so. But it was good to come back and do it well. I went first lap straight into Wall of Champions, so I broke my front wing first stint. So ride it with the yellow wing. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, you clipped the wall on the exit of the final corner on lap 1, and that's where you picked up the damage.
So it was not easy the first 4 laps there.
Didn't seem easy, but it seemed quite easy to be honest, because you had a commanding advantage for the rest of that race. Did you ever feel under pressure from any of the guys in behind, including Robin?
Last stint, Robin had incredible pace there. I didn't manage to hold him off. I don't know where he find that pace in the end there. So.
Yeah, we were literally saying in commentary, Robin for the first time I think is actually a challenger to you out on track in terms of pace, because he had so much pace on that final stint, and Paco kept on saying, literally, no, Robin is not going to catch him. Robin is not going to catch him. If he didn't have those 15 seconds worth of penalties, it would have been a different story, I think, out on track. But you did win. Paco, any questions?
No, I was about to say, and if I was a millionaire, I would have 10 Ferraris, but, you know, it's not the case, so...
you'd be owning all of these guys in Division 4, because we've had 4 winners this season from the Ferrari team. It's like the old days where Schumacher and Barrichello were in the car.
Yeah, and to be honest, I have to say I'm surprised with Gota, because he has quite a solid pace, and it's always, you know, every time he's here he shows that he can win. And I would just ask you about, well, in case you're able to make next week, how do you think Hungary will suit you as a track?
I really don't know. I have never raced 50% on that track, so I have I only raced in the story mode in this track. So I have no idea how it will go.
Well, from my side, hopefully it will go well, and I would just like to congratulate you for that win.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's it. You can go and enjoy your evening and put the kids to bed now.
Yeah, they are to bed, so.
Oh, good. Thank God.
Okay, bye.
See ya. And that is the end, I believe, because of course Christian doesn't speak any English, which is unfortunate. I would have loved to see his thoughts about that race, about him picking up no penalties. But that is the end tonight for TTML Division 4. We really hope you have enjoyed all of the action. And I'm now going to throw a bit of a caveat out, because we are on 908 subscribers. We are 92 away from getting 1,000 subscribers. So if you are brand new to the channel and this is your first race of tuning in, or you haven't subscribed before, please do it now. Click that subscribe button on your iPad, on your phone, on your computer, wherever you're watching this from, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, because as soon as we come to 1,000 subscribers, we get monetized. And that is important for the future of the league and important for the future of the channel moving forward as well. So just throw that out there. If you are very willing enough to give us a few subscribers, fantastic stuff. We'll be very, very happy to accommodate that. Paco, I'm going to come across to you though. Your final thoughts on the race and drive the day.
Well, about the race, there was a point where the race was basically dead, but somehow it came back to life, and I have to say we probably enjoyed a really good ending to the race. Big part thanks to Tekken and Rock City. Yeah, it was called like that, right?
Yeah, you were. You're right.
The Rock City gave a really good concert, you know, with Tekken. So I hope you like the play with the words. And about driver of the day, I think I agree with the game, Christian. What can I say? I already said it at the end of the race. He drove smart, no pains. He kept it clean, away from trouble. Really good race by him.
Yeah, really good race by him. I've got to give it though to Gort, I think, out on track. Gort just dominated the race in the end. Robin took it to him, but in the end, you can't knock the man off the top step of the podium whatsoever. Gort, of course, picking up his 3rd win out of 4 races here in TTML Division 4. And we go to round 5 of the championship in Season 4, and we go to Hungary next week, of course. Magna Nadadec is the official name of the track. The Hungaroring to you and me, of course. But until then, we, of course, have been your commentary team for myself and Paco Suarez. Please stay safe in this crazy world that we all living in. And until next time, goodbye.